Having access to a tornado shelter during a tornado threat can mean the difference between life and death.
Yeah, that's right. The Granger company, they're leading this activity, especially storm shelter innovation, providing the safety here from those storm threats. And here today is Allie Cravens here to show us how this big thing here, this shelter, actually works. So thanks so much for joining us, first of all. But what separates this from a normal storm shelter?
There are several things that are different about our unit than other units. The main difference is the material that it's made of. It's polyethylene, which is an extremely long-lasting, durable material.
Yeah.
We have a double-walled construction, which is foam-filled. So basically what that does is add extra rigidity as well as a little bit of extra comfort. It acts as an insulator to make it more comfortable in the unit. And then our unit can go in places that other shelters can't be installed. We do not require an additional anchoring system, so it can get into different places that other shelters cannot be installed.
So how many people can fit inside of this thing? Because it looks pretty big, but if you're going to be in there during a storm threat, you know, it might be, is it close quarters?
Sure. Well, it exceeds FEMA standards for 6 adults.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, though, in an emergency, several more people can fit in there.
Right.
And it may not be the most comfortable situation, but if you're in there, you're safe. And
right.
That's what's important.
Yes, it is. What should you be bringing in here? Should you take your cell phone inside? Will it work?
Yes, a cell phone will work in our unit. Most people will have a small amount of food, water, maybe some comforts like a pillow and a blanket down there. And then some people do keep a prepaid charged cell phone in case of an emergency if they need to contact someone on the outside.
I know earlier we were talking with the Red Cross having that preparation kit. This might be a good place to
Perfect place to keep your prep kit. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful advice.
Sure.
How long will a shelter last before it needs to be, you know, replaced like this?
This unit actually has an extremely long lifespan. This will last many lifetimes. Polyethylene itself will last thousands of years. So this feasibly could last for centuries, actually. And it does come with a lifetime warranty against cracking, leaking, rotting. It's not going to rust, any type of material deterioration. So you can expect this to last longer than we'll be here.
Now, how long have you guys been making this, and have you seen an increase in uptick in folks who actually want to purchase it?
Definitely. We have been manufacturing storm shelters for almost 20 years now, and we have seen a dramatic increase over the past, I'd say 5 or 6 years. I mean, we've had some pretty bad tornado seasons recently, and that really does bring this type of product to the forefront of people's minds.
Yeah, this is, have you seen any personal success stories from a shelter like this one?
Oh, sure. Our shelters have been through hundreds, thousands of tornadoes and have protected people for decades. So absolutely, this is a life-saving product. And just having the peace of mind of knowing that you have a place to go in this type of emergency is really what it's about. Hopefully you'll never have to use it, but if you do, it's here for you.
Are there any stories that really stick out to you? You know, any families that were in here, or any particular tornadoes that you remember that were pretty dramatic, that a shelter like this saved lives?
Well, we are a manufacturer, so we're a little bit separated from our customers. We do have dealers that we are constantly getting feedback from. We've had a large number of people in Alabama actually contact us directly. We do have some ties with Alabama. That is where I'm from, although our company is based in Ohio. So I've heard many stories, and some of our direct customers that have talked to us about how having the protection and, you know, when they needed to use the protection, knowing that they were going to have a safe place to go has really impacted their family's peace of mind, basically.
Now, with something like this, you're looking at it's a pretty big thing. Cost. How much does it cost for a family?
The unit itself is $59.95. To get an installation, to get it completely installed, it's going to be in the $7,000 range depending on your installation scenario. So when you look at it, for the lifespan of the unit, it's a very small price to pay.
And I'm assuming that this is something that's not a self-installation. You guys bring people out.
No, we usually either handle the installation or work with an installer to install a unit like this. It is a very easy installation, much easier than some of the other shelters that require longer, more complicated installations, but we still like to monitor that.
Does insurance help with any sort of help with paying for these? Any insurance?
Well, no, a unit is more than likely going to be covered under your homeowner's insurance. If something were to happen and it were to be damaged in a tornado, for example, that might be covered under your homeowner's insurance. There are also a variety of grant programs that are available through FEMA in the different states. It really depends on your area. You can usually contact your county EMA to find out if anything is available in your area.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Allie. We appreciate you being here.
We're happy to be here.
No, we want people to be safe, so that's what's most important.
So do we.
And we're going to, of course, be tracking more on that threat for severe storms up next.